We're at 30,000 feet, hurtling through the air at hundreds of miles per hour. It's a technological marvel, but also inherently a little terrifying, right? You're putting your trust in two guys in the cockpit and a few kind folks in polyester vests. But what happens when something goes wrong? Well, that's when things get really interesting because the flight crew uses a whole bunch of secret codes. I'm not talking about those boring old oxygen mask drills. I'm talking about the stuff they whisper when they think you're not listening. The stuff that sends chills down your spine and makes you want to jump out of the emergency exit. In this video, we're diving deep into the world of aviation's eeriest codes, the ones that make you realize that sometimes the friendly skies can get a little too friendly with danger. We're starting with number 5, the codes that can turn a routine flight into a headline. 7500, 7600, and 7700. These are squawk codes, a fancy way of saying secret signals pilots send to air traffic control. 7500 is the one that'll make your blood run cold. Hijacking. Picture this. You're cruising along enjoying your pretzels when suddenly the pilot punches in 7500. That's when you know someone on board has some very different travel plans. Now, 7600 is a bit less dramatic, but still unsettling. It means the plane's radio communication is down. Imagine you're soaring through the sky completely cut off from the ground. Talk about feeling isolated. Hopefully, they've got a good old-fashioned carrier pigeon stashed somewhere. Finally, we have 7700, the all-encompassing general emergency code. This one could mean anything from a medical emergency on board to engine trouble. It's the wild card, the one that makes you hold your breath and hope for the best. The good news is these codes are extremely rare. The even better news? Now you know what they mean, so you can impress your fellow passengers with your aviation knowledge. Just, maybe wait until you're safely on the ground. Number 4, are you terrified of losing your child at the airport? Okay, parents, this one's for you. Imagine this, you're at the airport waiting to pick up your little one after their first solo flight. You're excited, they're excited, everyone's excited. But then, over the loudspeaker, a voice calmly announces, Code Adam. Flight attendant freeze. Suddenly your blood turns to ice. Code Adam. Those two little words mean one terrifying thing. A child has gone missing on airport grounds. Security doors slam shut, airport staff spring into action, and your heart pounds in your chest. Every second feels like an eternity. Code Adam is a stark reminder that even in the hustle and bustle of an airport, danger can be lurking around any corner. Thankfully, most Code Adams end with a happy reunion. But the fear, the uncertainty, the sheer panic of those missing minutes, that's something no parent ever forgets. So next time you're at the airport, keep a close eye on your little ones. Number 3, Code Yellow. Hope it's just bad coffee. Remember those little bags they tell you not to use unless the cabin pressure changes? Well, Code Yellow is all about those bags, but in a much less fun way. This code means one thing: someone on board is having a medical emergency. It could be anything from a heart attack to a severe allergic reaction. Whatever it is, it's serious enough to warrant grounding the plane and getting that passenger some immediate medical attention. Suddenly, those complimentary peanuts don't seem so important anymore, do they? Code Yellow is a reminder that we're all just flesh and bone hurtling through the air in a metal tube. It's a reminder to take care of ourselves and maybe pack an extra dose of heartburn medication just in case. And hey, if you see a flight attendant rushing down the aisle with a first aid kit, maybe offer them a kind word. They're dealing with a real life emergency up there, folks. Number 2, Code Red, where there's smoke. Remember that safety demonstration they make you watch before takeoff? The one where they show you how to use an oxygen mask and point vaguely towards the emergency exits? Well, Code Red is when that demonstration becomes your reality. Code Red means one thing: fire. Somewhere on board that plane, something is burning. It could be an electrical fire in the cockpit, a smoking engine, or even just a passenger who tried to sneak a forbidden hot plate on board. Whatever the cause, Code Red is a full blown emergency. The flight crew will spring into action using every tool at their disposal to extinguish the fire and ensure the safety of everyone on board. So, next time you're tempted to sneak a lighter onto a plane, remember Code Red. And maybe just stick to the complimentary pretzels instead. And number one code: Bravo Charlie. Hold my drink. I'm about to go viral. Okay, so maybe this one isn't as life or death as a hijacking, but it's definitely the one you're most likely to see pop up on your social media feed. Code Bravo and Code Charlie are the aviation world's way of saying we've got a situation. Code Bravo usually indicates a security threat. Think: a suspicious package left under a seat, or someone trying to breach the cockpit door after too many mini bottles of vodka. It's the code that makes everyone on board glance nervously at each other and wonder, is it them? Code Charlie, on the other hand, is all about passenger shenanigans. We're talking about the folks who refuse to wear their masks, get a little too handsy with the flight attendants, or decide to practice their karate moves in the aisle. It's the code that turns a routine flight into an episode of Jerry Springer, complete with yelling, crying, and maybe even a little bit of air rage. So next time you're flying, do us all a favor and be on your best behavior. Nobody wants to be the reason for a Code Charlie. So there you have it, folks, a glimpse into the secret world of aviation codes. Hopefully, you'll never have to hear any of these codes announced on your flight. But hey, at least now you know what they mean, right? Remember, flying is still one of the safest ways to travel. So, buckle up, relax, and enjoy the ride. And if you do happen to hear one of these codes, don't panic. Just remember everything you've learned today and follow the instructions of your flight crew. And hey, while you're here, why not hit that like button and subscribe to The Economy Traveler for more travel tips, tricks, and terrifying tales from the friendly skies.